When people come to visit us, whether they be folks working to expand the availability of locally sourced organics, backyard gardeners, aspiring farmers, or the general public, we hear the same questions over and over. What is and what isn't organic? What is sustainable? What do we mean by the term profoundly local? Can I make organic production really work? How? The couple in this video is typical. They heard about the farm, set up a time to visit, and then sat down to share their concerns with us. With the joy of their new arrival also came an increased focus and concern about what they put in their own bodies and, of course, their babies. There's one fundamental question at the root of what more and more people are asking. It's a simple question, although with our present food production and delivery systems in place, it's not always easy to get a reliable, accurate answer. The question, where does my food really come from?
Hi, so we're a couple that actually lives out in Louisiana, and we were at a farmer's market yesterday and saw Mr. Terry here selling some vegetables, and we had spoken with him about our desire to kind of get back to our roots about farming and gardening and whatnot, and he seemed quite knowledgeable about it, and about organic farming, thank you, and and he seemed quite knowledgeable about it, and he invited us to come see his several acre small farm, and it's, the information he gave us, it was actually quite amazing, and the reason why we wanted to do this is simply because we really wanted to be cognizant of what went into our bodies, and we want to be in more control of what goes into our bodies, and just
And
being able to,
having the knowledge that we know specifically where it came from versus going somewhere purchasing it in a store the conventional way.
Yeah.
Especially for the baby.
we never really used to think about that kind of stuff until the little one came into our life, and then once we started thinking about what actually went into our bodies, especially when she was pregnant, you start to read more, you start to watch more documentaries, you start to want to learn more. And when I started figuring out what actually was going into our food and what the labels mean, and yes, organic is this, but it doesn't necessarily mean this, and non-GMO, GMO, pasture-raised, grass-fed, all these different things, it's at some point it's just kind of it's like, woof. So, you know what? I just want to make my own. I want to grow my own food, know where my food comes from, and get down to a level where, if I can't grow it myself, I know the person that did. Maybe 2 degrees of separation at most.
Like a farmer's market.
Like a farmer's market.
Where we met Mr. Terry.
This. And it's just being able to know where your food comes from. It's really as simple as that. Just being able to know where your food comes from, trusting the source, and being able to just speak with the person and figure out how they grow it and what they do.
We learned a lot of great things from Mr. Terry today. Just small, even a lot of small tidbits of knowledge that can drastically change what your produce looks like or your growth rate or things of that nature. So, it's always good to talk to someone that's the expert in that field and understand better, because that may save you an entire season of harvest and learning and knowing how best to grow. And so that was super helpful, and we're really appreciative to be here and know a lot more than what we knew when we first got here today. So
Yeah.
Now, the next question is, are you going to put her to work in the fields?
Got the energy for sure.
Definitely got the